Donald Trump, I don't think there's anyone in American history, and I'm seriously asking, if you think you know of somebody, let me know. I don't think there's ever been a politician or anybody in the public view that has not had any charges brought against, has not been found guilty or had any kind of real solid evidence against him that has gone through what he has gone through. We know about the impeachments. We know that they have been accusing him of Russia stuff. A perfect phone call. That wasn't a perfect phone call. I'll show you a perfect phone call. All of the stuff that you know about. Well, let me just give you the lawsuits that he's currently dealing with. He's dealing with the one in New York. He has Jean Carroll, the defamation and federal tort claims. Carroll is suing Trump for defamation after he publicly accused her of fabricating rape allegations against him. Summer Zervos, a former contestant for The Apprentice, has filed a civil suit against the former president for defamation after he claimed her allegations of his inappropriate sexual contact were lies designed to help the Clinton campaign. Okay, the Mary Trump fraud litigation. Mary Trump is suing Donald Trump for defrauding her out of millions of dollars in an inheritance dispute. Really? That comes up right after how long has that been going on? Mary, Panama hotel fraud and tax litigation. He has the John Doe versus the Trump Corporation class action. A group of anonymous plaintiffs have filed a class action suit against the Trump family and their businesses. Alleged that the Trumps used their brand to scam investors into paying for worthless business opportunities. You have the D.C. civil suit over misuse of 2017 inauguration funds. You have the Representative Karen Bass et al. Incitement suit for January 6th. This is 10 members of the House represented by the NAACP that are suing Trump, Rudy Giuliani, two white right-wing militia groups for conspiring to forcibly prevent Congress from counting the Electoral College votes on January 6th. Eric Swalwell, Fang's thing. The incitement suit. He's suing him for, along with Mo Brooks and Rudy Giuliani, Donald Trump, they're all being sued for the same thing. He's incited this. The Capitol Police, two Capitol Police officers, both on duty January 6th insurrection, sued Donald Trump for his injuries that they sustained. Then you have 10 Capitol Police suits from January 6th. Second group of Capitol Police officers filing suit against Donald Trump, the Proud Boys, the Oath Keepers. Then you have a third Capitol Police suit over the January 6th. Third suit. One Capitol Police officer alleging physical and emotional injuries he suffered. Then you have, of course, the Metropolitan Police suit. So he's got all these individual cops, and then the union decided, you know what, we're going to sue him too. Then you have the NAACP's Legal Defense Fund over the voting rights for post-election actions. Then you have the New York Attorney General's civil and criminal investigations. There's tons of that. Then you have the Scotland Unexplained Wealth Orders lawsuit. Then you have the Trump Tower assault suit. Then Michael Cohen is suing him for retaliatory imprisonment. Then you have criminal investigation into Trump's finances. Let's see here. There's a whole bunch of updates on that. Then you have the D.C. AG incitement criminal investigation. You have the Fulton County, Georgia criminal election influence investigation. You have the Westchester, New York criminal investigation of the Trump Organization golf course. You have the National Archives investigation that he mishandled classified material. I don't think I have all of them. Okay? I don't think I have all of them. I don't know of anyone who has ever had this kind of a coordinated attack against them. If you don't think a lot of these are funded by, the left and Soros and those kinds of people, you're fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself. They are doing everything they can just to get this guy to give up. This is what it means to stand against the machine. I have to tell you, I don't know what Donald Trump would do with a second term. I don't know. But I know they don't want him to have one. I know for sure he knows who they are. And I can't imagine anyone more motivated to bust this machine up than him. What is it about him that they despise? And don't tell me it's because, he's rude. That's what he's rude. Really? Is that it? So wait a minute. Let me see. You guys are hanging out with hookers and criminals and the Chinese Communist Party, and you don't like him because he's rude? Don't think so. The rule of law is an absolute joke in America. And I want to show you. Have you seen anyone who has come under this kind of persecution even after he leaves office? And trust me, if he would have won a second term, which I think he did, but I don't know. If he won a second term, they wouldn't be doing all these lawsuits at the end of that. This is not some moral outrage. This is just to stop him. By the way, I talked to some sources in New York last night, and it came out early this morning or late last night that his attorney was kept 10 feet away from the warrant. They flashed the warrant and said, here's the warrant. Let me see it. No. After. They held the warrant away, 10 feet away. She was not allowed to grab the warrant and read the warrant. That is against the law. That's against the law. Then after they left, they handed her the warrant. Now, she didn't get the attachments, and I think that is legal. You don't necessarily get the affidavits attached to it right away, but you do eventually see that. They now have that. But she wasn't allowed to see it, nor was she, his attorney, allowed to go into Mar-a-Lago. When they went in, they went into his bedroom, spent an enormous amount of time in Melania's closet. They broke into his safe in his office. That warrant better damn well say that they can break into that safe, because the law is you can't go into somebody's house and search and just tear it all apart. You have to have a pretty good idea of where things might be located. You ask for permission for those areas, and you have to know exactly what you're looking for. And if it's in a safe, you need to specifically say it's in a safe and we're having a safe cracker come in. If they didn't say in the warrant that they could crack his safe, it's the fruit of the poison tree. By the way, there was nothing in the safe. What they broke into was a safe room that he had shown the National Archives and investigators as they were talking about, the archives that they said should be in the National Archives. He said it should be at home. We're working it out between our attorneys. They said, fine, you just have to have this in a locked room. So he made a safe room and put 2 locks on it at their request. That's what they broke into. This doesn't sound good for the FBI. And I think that is why Merrick Garland now is suddenly like, I didn't know about it. I had no idea this was Christopher Wray. You didn't know about it? You should be fired by the president if your staff underneath you just says, you know what, I'm going to go into the house of a former president and do a search before we issue a subpoena. That's insanity.